Good morning. I am here to make just a good old-fashioned flip-through video. I've got two journals to share with you today, and some of you may know I've had some opinions lately about the new Etsy advertising, and I've been kind of going back and forth about whether or not to sell my journals in my Etsy shop, because they could potentially run an ad even if I don't want them to. Some of us don't have the option to opt out of this new advertising. And if they do run an ad and that ad turns into a sale within 30 days, then they'll take 12% of the sale on top of all the other fees they already take. And I don't want to have to raise my prices, and from a business sense, it's a hard decision to make. But I'm going to keep on keeping on for a while, see how it goes. Yeah, and just keep an eye on things. So let's get to it. I know some of you have seen this one, so I'm going to flip through this one first, and then I'll do this one second. So those of you that have already seen this one, you don't have to see it again. And just real quick, if you have not bought a journal from me before, I just wanted to show that all my journals come in a nice muslin bag with one of my hang tags and a key and a little velvet pouch with one of my pens in it. And the one end is a stylus. So that's kind of nice. You can use that on your devices. And now we have this guy. This was a vintage ledger that I have removed all the pages from, and I've given it a new spine. Here's the spine, and I've given it some nice corners, and there's some copper lines there. Same thing on the back. This one's got a label that says private collection and a number and a space to write. And it is 8.5 inches tall. It is 7 inches wide. It has an 1 3/4 spine with 8 signatures, and I think it's right at 200 pages. I'll leave a count in the description of the Etsy video. And what I've done in this one, there we go. I have a lot of pages that I've already printed. I have a bin of digitals or what have you that I've already printed out. So I'm in a use what you have mode right now. So this is one of the beautiful end pages that I got out of the end paper books that I buy on Amazon. And I'll put the links to those in the description box if anybody is interested in those. I have ordered a couple different ones. They should be here soon so I can share those with you guys. So let's get to it. So there is parchment paper in here, tea stain paper, coffee stain paper, old ledger, you guys know. And there is a bit, hopefully, make sure you can see this on camera. Scoot up just a little, there we go. This has 2 ball pins on it, and it's hanging off the lace. I recently just got my order of some of the new Tim Holtz Ideology ephemera and whatnot. So this is some very vintage lace with a button. And there's a pocket back here with some bits. There's some coffee stain paper, an old dictionary page. This has got a cute little paper clip with a camera on it. I thought it was fitting because on the front it says Moments. And then it's an envelope, and there's just a bit of ephemera tucked in there. There's that guy. Some more parchment. There's a collaged pocket with different music paper and napkin and a couple bits of ephemera. And this book is wider than a normal book, so you'll see a lot of different sized pages in here. A couple of bits of ephemera tucked in. This ledger is from the late 1800s. Some more digi pages. And this is, my normal eclectic, a little bit of everything. Just a piece of scrapbooking paper I thought would be fun. Got this in a Happy Mail, I think maybe from Donna. So there's that bit in there, and this flips up. A different ledger page. There's a bit sewn on there, a vintage check stub, Some more book pages. This is an old, looks like shipping tag, and it's still got the metal clip on it. Thought that was fun. The other side of that book page. Here's one of the new Tim Holtz teeny tiny clips. I just love them. And I've taken one of the stamps, and this is a letter from 1906. And it's, look at it, isn't it gorgeous? It's on like an onion skin type paper, and there's 5 pages. And I think, yep, and they're numbered. So cute. So we've got that clipped on there. Put that all back. With the itty bitty clip. There's a little, that's another one of the new Tim Holtz tags there. Some more ledger and a field label. And there's a postcard tucked in that. I made a pocket out of a extra piece of ledger. And there is some vintage trim with some flowers. This is a literary digest page from 1931. There's some more sewing and bits there. It's folded over both sides. This is, it was an old ledger, but they used it as a cookbook, so there's recipes in there. And then this side is blank. This is an envelope that I decoupaged a napkin on, and then I also did the flap, and then I glued it down so it's a pocket. And I just put some bits in there for collaging. And then it just slides right in that page, and you can't even see it from the other side. So that's fun. The other side of that book page. Some more digis. Just some music paper there. A little bit of collaging with some end paper and music. This is one of Rosemary's pages. There's some vintage lace there. Some old book page. This is out of that money order ledger that I got. It's from 1912, and it's got a duplicate of the money order receipt on both sides. There's one of those. And there's a little ledger ticket tab on that page. Some advertising. This is some of the new Tim Holtz fabric tape, which I'm in love with. This is just some painter's masking paper sewn on with the edge of a page and a little tag stuck underneath. Some more digis. This is an old laundry tag on some eco-dyed paper. Some more old book page and music. Another label. There's a piece of French ephemera, so I can't read what any of it says, but it's gorgeous. This has been sitting in my bowl of scraps for a long time, and it says stay at home. And I just thought that was really fitting right now with everything going on with the coronavirus. That's what I'm doing, staying at home. So I stuck that in there. Another old book page. This is a very vintage receipt. I was going to use it for a pocket, but it's kind of brittle, so I went ahead and taped the edge down with some vintage tape. And I've sewn that on there. There's another label that goes on both sides of that page. This is some fun, I think this came out of a Tim Holtz book. That's fun. And some mulberry. And the other side of that, this is the Goldsmith Pickle Company ledger paper, or payroll ledger, yep. An old telegram that I just stitched on this page. Some more digi. This is some of the brown painter's masking paper with some collage and sewing on it. There's another collaged pocket there with one of my tags. There's all kinds of bits. There's vintage lace and stamps, and this little card comes out, and some Tim Holtz fabric. This is a page out of an old reader. Just some old notebook paper there. The other side of the masking paper with a little bit of collaging. Another label, some more ledger. These were just leftover bits that I stitched onto that page and some music. These are both the new Tim Holtz. This is the Sewn, I think it's Sewn Elements. I might have that name wrong. Might I just put a butterfly on there. This is another piece of vintage ephemera. I believe this one came from either Italy or France. So I just stitched across the top so it's a tip in. There's another ticket tab and some music paper and a label and more ledger and my stamp and then the end page. And I will set a book plate back here. I won't glue it down. Some people like them, some people don't. But that's what it looks like from the top and the side and the bottom. So there's that guy. Oh, and of course, the vintage children on the front, which I love, and I just made an extra plate and used some photo corners for them. And I did seal this. So this is sealed. It's sealed up good. All right, and then we'll take another just quick peek at this one. And this is from Nick's latest class, teaching us a new distressing method. And this was fun. I really had a good time doing this. And this, you know, burgundy and green are my favorite colors for making journals. So this is a standard size 8.5 by 11. It has a 1 3/4 inch spine, 8 signatures, and I believe this one has about 250 pages, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it'll be in the Etsy description. And here's the spine it's got 5 ridges, and then the back has got the little label. And there's vintage lace as the head and tail band, and there's another one of those little paper clips there, and there's all kinds of bits sticking out, and a gypsy bell. And let's get into this one. I'm going to do this one kind of quick since I've already showed it once. The front and back of each signature are one of my digis out of my shop. There's 3 different sets of these. If you want to check those out. And there's a little tuck and some of Rosemary Morris's Eco Dyed and a little number brad and a tag. Somebody had left a comment last night that they miss my silent flip through videos. And I'm sorry. I love this. This is a marble paper that I did. I'm sorry that you missed my silent videos. Once they got me talking, there's no turning back. This isn't old. It's a label off of a ledger that I ordered from France. So I just stuck that on there. Some more of the end paper scraps and ledger and a pocket. So now I'm subconsciously trying not to talk too much because it made me feel bad. Oh well. What are you gonna do? You can't please everybody. And there's some collaging there. But I'll try and be a little bit quiet flipping through this one. This one's a flip up with a quote underneath. A friend is someone who makes it easy. I like that quote. Little cigarette card with a Tim Holtz clip there. I love this ledger. It doesn't have lines, but it's still got the numbers. And another Tim Holtz tiny clip with a vintage check. And a little vintage receipt tucked in there. And that's a little tuck. This is a Sadler's Geography page with an upside down pocket because I wanted the page to be the right way, with one of those fancy paper clips. And there are some bits under that tuck spot. Some Tim Holtz fabric tape. And these will go in the Etsy shop today. We'll see how it goes. Give Etsy one more chance. Rusty safety pin there. Envelope tucked in that pocket. And these are all printed on parchment. And that's some Tim Holtz vellum with pockets inside. An envelope and a tag. It's a very old book page. This is just out of an old math book. The Japanese cookbook page that I beeswaxed. Some more of that old ledger. It's an old little poetry book that I tea stained. It's just a little piece of stationery with an envelope there. And a music page with some bits tucked in. This is one of the Alaska Highway papers that I had. Another pocket with a tag and a ticket. Another end paper scrap. Very old music paper. There's my stamp there. This pocket's got a booklet of tiny little graph paper. I thought that was cute. And here's the back. And I did put an Ex Libris plate in this one. So there are those two new journals, and they will be in the shop today. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone is washing their hands and staying safe. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.